things.
Oh yeah,
That was a good picture.
That was, but I'm just saying.
when it takes you places, I laugh.
Oh my god.
I know. I thought it was funny too. I was going like, "What the fuck are we doing here?"
Fuck you guys, I'm spinning the wheel. Let's go. Okay, now we can talk about 7 Days to Die and the resurgence or revival of 7 Days to Die, because there have been some bigger streamers that are playing it. There's a lot more people on the servers. I think they did an update or something like that. I don't know. I haven't played it yet. You guys tell me about it.
Amazing.
Yeah. So what happens is Fun Pimps, originally made back in, I want to say 2004, 2014. I forget the exact date, but they issued this game a little bit before DayZ. They had lots of flaws. They had a lot of issues. And what happens was it kind of like it had some momentum, but didn't really, because it was like Minecraft meets DayZ. And then it just kind of floundered a little bit, but then started picking back up, and then people started playing it again. And I bought it because I saw that it was coming out a couple days ago, and I was like, okay, this is gonna be cool. Like, we can watch this, we can play it. And then like when I got it, it didn't turn out it was coming out until like 2 days ago, and I thought it was earlier. So I was like, well, great. I don't know what to do. So I just ended up playing a little bit, but then like it didn't seem like much was happening, so I stopped. And then I saw the resurgence again. I was going like, wait, now did it finally come out? So I told, Game Key and Blood Crow about it, and we started playing again. And it turns out that I guess I didn't realize it came back out, but they reissued it. Telltale Publishing, which is Telltale Games, but they have their own separate division where they publish other games. Set it up for the PS4 and the Xbox. So now people are getting back into the game and playing it themselves.
Interesting. You said that it works on based on servers, so it's like community servers.
Yeah. The way it's set up, you can actually do a server that's public, which people can get screwed over if they don't know how to play the game, or if they don't know anybody.
Right.
But we were so in love with the game that we just bought that server immediately. So yeah, Duncan was playing a little bit, only 24/7.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit of this week.
Just think, in about 2.5 days, I know I have 46 hours in it. 2.5 days. The first 2 days I slept 2 hours each. I'm pretty sure you were the same way, Ponecast.
Yeah, I have to agree. I literally just did not get any sleep. I was like, rip, life is done. Wow. Because it's the thing about it is everybody kept telling us on the server well, why don't we switch over to a coin system, or why don't we switch over, to a lesser the 7 days? And I was like, no, because that now stops the game from being fun, because we have limits and we can't go out at certain times, and so the way we're playing the game is basically how it's meant to be played.
Yeah.
When it hits nighttime, you can't be outside because zombies now start to run and they can gang up on you and spawn anywhere. So you're just like, that does not seem like a good idea. So at 8 o'clock, unless you're close to your house, you better find shelter somewhere before you go out. So we ended up just saying we're going to play, because everyone also was complaining about how much it lags your PC, because after you reach, we're on day 50 now. We've gone through about 4
life
or 5.
in clocks.
We've gone through.
You sound jelly.
I'm not. I enjoy having a life.
No?
I've watched 5 seasons of Supernatural. What's up?
Oh
last
man,
week.
Supernatural's so good. Don't.
That was my life.
You have a sad life then.
No, that was at work. That's what I do at work.
Yeah, security work. You can watch
It's
all
so
these
hard.
shows.
It's so hard.
Yeah. All right. Well, then let me get some.
Well, I was thinking about that.
This series says 63. 63 days on the server.
Add a French toast and get the melting pot. Now we can share.
Join the No Life crew, Josh.
I know.
I'm about to.
So what happens is, but I contacted one of my friends back at Telltale, and he said he was more than down to help out getting some game codes for the game.
Okay.
So I'm waiting to hear back from him, but basically we're gonna probably be what was it? I'm trying to think. I curse you, Duncan. Damn it! I buyed the game. Now me and my cousin are now nullifying that game. Why are you nullifying that game? So
They're no lifing it.
Oh, no lifing it. Yeah, sorry. So
No
what
lifing.
happens
Reading
is
is fundamental.
my friend at Telltale said they're going to give us copies for PlayStation and Xbox. I'm not sure how many, but once we get a direct number, I was telling everybody, let's make that our monthly giveaway because we compare it with something else like we did before, so we can all know life it together and talk shit and have fun.
Yeah, let's not go outside and get hit by cars in Pokemon Go.
I know. Wait.
You can't steal my iPhone if I never leave the house. What's up?
I know, right?
Actually, Bojobs already took my phone away. He stole it. He took my phone away. I was like, why? He's like, you need to go to sleep.
Stop catching Pokemon. Stop it.
Yeah, basically.
But the rare ones only come out at night. I need my shinies.
Basically.
Oh my
I was
god.
super upset.
Wow. Wow. Anyway, what's the what's the server? So if people want to play, they can hit us up and join the server. I don't know if it's like a server address or what, or if it's a name that they can search for it.
I know between a lot of us, we're kind of thinking subscriber server as well. We haven't done the transition, but for now it's open to play through the communities.
Yeah, we're leaving it open for 2 weeks.
Well, how would you do that? Because you guys each have your own subscriptions. Would people have to pay twice, or just as someone has to be a subscriber to at least one?
It's going to be a subscriber to one, and then it's going to be
Yeah.
Google Docs.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's easy. All right, so I guess we're. I gotta get into the game. I gotta buy the game and download it and buy another hard drive and put it on there. But yeah, I guess we'll get it done.
Yeah,
Yes,
no,
Van, thank you, man.
that's one of the reasons why we were pushing for it. Plus, I think Winnie would enjoy the shit out of it because she can just walk around like as a girl and like killing zombies and then bust our balls. So
So any other day of my life.
Yeah, basically.
I mean, that guy wasn't a zombie, but he should be now. Like,
she's gonna like claw hammer someone like, whoa, Winnie, he was one on our team. It didn't look like it. He looked like he was going right towards you. Yeah, to
freaking pull out a fat man out of nowhere.
All right, let's roll the wheel here and see what we get. Because we still got plenty of stuff to talk about. How to. I added on there how to streaming programs for people that want to get into streaming and they don't know what they're doing. Basically, there are a few different streaming programs out there. The biggest names are OBS and XSplit. There's another one that I've seen people use called Game something. I don't know. I never used it. Game show. That's what it is.
It's actually really
really
nice.
good.
It's using top of the line features like XSplit, but you do have to pay for it.
Is it a subscription base or is it the $10 the one time?
It's a subscription base.
Okay, well then it's the same thing as XSplit then, but slightly different. Basically, when you get a streaming thing, an OBS or XSplit or whatever, they all work pretty much the same way. When you first get the program, you have no idea what you're doing, but it gives you a little tutorial that says, click here to add a scene, and then you can choose what you want to do. The hardest thing is to integrate your Twitch alerts, because you can either you can launch your Twitch alerts and capture the box, or you can do the CLR browser, which for me never works. It'll work. It'll show the visuals, but it won't play sound. That was on XSplit and on OBS. That was with two different programs, so I don't know what the deal is with that. But you can supposedly set it up and you design it however you want to do it. So you get some PNGs, you put up a background, and 626, thank you for the follow, appreciate it. And there you go. There's our example of the sound actually working when I do a screen capture. But it's basically just a platform. Think of it as like Paint. You throw up some backgrounds and you throw up some other stuff.
It depends on preferences.
It depends on your preferences. Yeah, it depends on what.
XSplit is a very full package. Like everything kind of comes all together. OBS, everything comes in plugins, so you only have what you need. And then, like the CLR browser, I think they actually finally integrated the CLR browser to the default, and then they also put in the OBS broadcaster. So they added a special one. I've tried it a couple times. It's different.
Right, yeah, they made a new CLR browser
fancy one.
feature. Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw that. It still didn't work for me, so I don't know. I don't know. I had a lot of problems with OBS, and I switched to XSplit, and I didn't have any of those problems anymore. But a lot of people say the same thing. They're like, "Oh, I had a lot of problems with XSplit, so I switched to OBS, and it didn't work for me."
No, XSplit. I'm sure obviously people have different experiences. I had to switch to XSplit because OBS wouldn't work when I moved to Florida for a few months. It was whatever. So I switched to XSplit, and one of the updates had a serious memory leak, and my CPU was like a hamster running on a wheel, going crazy. And then I tried to contact their support, and it wouldn't let me onto the site. Whenever I went to the forums, literally the site would freeze every time. And then, so I used my friend's computer because I thought like, oh, it might be my computer because it was acting weird.
Right.
And then I contacted them on Twitter, and I was like, look, your site's not working for me, and I really need help. Yeah, you can just contact us here. They linked me to the site, and I'm like, oh man, I was livid. And I'm like, what did I just say? Are you a bot? No. Okay, then can you read this? Like at that point,
No.
I was, oh man, I was so mad.
That would have pissed me off. I hate
Yeah.
when I literally get so livid when I get somebody says, I'm sorry and I understand your inconvenience. And I want to be like, you know what? I want to smack you for just saying that. Like, you should never say that to me and patronize me
No,
with that.
I would have
my
been okay if you
favorite-
said, dude, I don't know what's going on.
My favorite
I
is
would've
when
been
you
okay
get
with
when you have to talk to support for Comcast, which is notoriously
Mm.
the worst customer service in the world. And I go on there and I like to do the chat with people because I can type whatever the fuck I want and I don't have to know who I am, you know what I mean? So they'll be like, oh, we noticed you're experiencing issues today. And I'm like, uh-huh. And they'll be like, how can we help you? Fix it? And they're like, how? I don't know, that's your job. Like, I was like, can you link me to somebody in tech support? And they're like, this is tech support. I was like, okay, how many wires are in a Cat 5 wire? And they go, 4, get out, give me tech support. I quiz them every time and they never know. And
Then you hear like the question mark.
oh, because I had router problems and I talked to them and I was like, can I get the senior person in tech support? So they finally gave me a guy on the phone and I was like, look, I need a new IP address. I will change my MAC address on my own. He's like, oh, we can't change your IP address. I was like, it's like changing a phone number. What do you mean you can't change my IP address? They were like, we can't change your IP address for whatever reason. It's like, okay, so let's just say I decided to IP log somebody, trace them, and DDoS them. Would you be able to do anything about it? And they were like, you might want to talk to legal, but we have no way of tracing that. I was like, okay, thanks for your time. I was like, don't worry, I'll fix it myself. Because once I found out that they have no way to trace things, I was like, I'm done. But anyway, back to streaming programs. Basically, you want to familiarize yourself with the program, how to add your camera, how to add in, you know, your text files and stuff like that. Because the biggest thing is your, you know, where it says like newest follower or the top donator, you want those things to be automatically updating. So when you're running the other program, you want to have it so you know where your file settings are, so it'll automatically pick from the file settings when they're updated and put it on your screen. That's one of the biggest things. The overlay is just literally a picture with a clear background. The background's the same thing, you just put it in the back and it's like a top to bottom process. The lower it is on the list, the farther in the background it is. There are tricks you can use. There are some programs have more features, like Deepbot has a feature where you can change your scenes. You can add scenes to your show, to your web show, based on like word commands. So you type in ! scene 2 or whatever, and it'll put up whatever you want on that scene. But of course, the more stuff you have on screen, the more it uses your computer. So you kind of have to get a feel for it of how much stuff you want to put up per scene. You know, some people like to have a giveaway scene where they have their bot on there and their camera and the item from the game or whatever. Some people like to have where they have like close-up camera time. Some people have extra cameras. They'll put up another camera on another scene and they can hard switch to the other camera angle. It all depends, but it's all the basic building blocks. You click on add, you select what you want to put in there, and you drag it around the box and put it wherever you want until it looks good. Other than that, streaming programs, it's your choice. I'd prefer, I guess I would just say you should probably prefer the one that works better on your computer. Some do, sometimes they work good, sometimes they'll stop working, you switch to something else. But it's definitely worth paying like 10-15 bucks a month if you're a streamer that wants to have good visual, you know, visuals on there. And if you want to have no problems, you know,
No problem.
sometimes it might be worth paying a little bit more to have a company that has, you know, a solid tech support on there. But it's up to you. I mean, a lot of people like the free route because streamers already have to spend a bunch of money on their computer and their camera and this, that, or the other, all kinds of crap. So I
Like you said,
understand.
it's not always about
Yeah.
the price.
It's not always about